Give me 10 minutes, just 10, and I'll show you the difference between those who drift through life and those who command it. Picture a samurai, standing in the rain. Water streams down his armor. Thunder cracks overhead. Wind tears at his robes. But he stands perfectly still, eyes closed, breathing steady. The storm rages around him, but inside him, absolute calm. Most people chase discipline the wrong way. They rely on motivation, on willpower, on pushing harder when everything inside them wants to quit. And that's why they fail, again and again. But the samurai? They built discipline differently, not through force, through transformation. Self-discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. It's about becoming someone who doesn't need to force anything. Someone who simply acts, with clarity, with precision, with unshakable consistency. By the end of this video, you'll understand the samurai difference. You'll see why your discipline keeps breaking. And you'll learn the ancient warrior's way to build unbreakable self-mastery. And you'll never look at discipline the same way again. The common lie, why your discipline keeps breaking. Let's start with the truth nobody wants to hear. You've tried before. You set a goal. You felt that surge of motivation. You told yourself this time would be different. You started strong, woke up early, hit the gym, stayed focused for 3 days, maybe a week, maybe even 2, and then it collapsed. The alarm went off and you hit snooze. The gym felt too far. The work felt too hard. And slowly, quietly, you returned to exactly where you were before. This isn't your fault, but it is your problem. Here's why it keeps happening. You're building discipline on willpower. And willpower is a muscle that exhausts. The samurai understood this centuries ago. They knew that motivation fades, that intensity burns out, that relying on how you feel is the fastest path to failure. Our culture sells you a lie. Just push harder. Just want it more. Just find your why and you'll break through. But discipline built on willpower is discipline built on sand. The moment pressure arrives, it crumbles. The samurai took a different path. They didn't rely on motivation. They built systems, rituals, identity. They didn't discipline themselves. They became discipline. And that's the fundamental shift you need to understand. Stop trying to discipline yourself. Start becoming disciplined. There's a massive difference. Before we go further, be honest in the comments. How many times have you started strong with a goal and quit within a week? Write the number. No judgment, just honesty. Because awareness is the first step to transformation. The samurai difference, identity over intensity. Here's what makes the samurai different. They didn't practice discipline. They were disciplined. It wasn't something they did. It was who they were. The ancient samurai had a concept called gyo, disciplined training as a way of being, not a temporary activity, not something you turn on and off, a permanent state of existence. From the age of 7, samurai children trained daily. Sword work, meditation, study, movement, every single day. Not because someone stood over them with threats, not because they felt motivated, but because it was simply who they were. A samurai child didn't think about whether he wanted to train. The question never arose. It was as natural as breathing, as automatic as his heartbeat. And you can build the same foundation, right now, today. But you need to make a fundamental shift in how you see yourself. Stop saying I'm trying to wake up early. Start saying I am someone who rises with the sun. Stop saying I want to be more focused. Start saying I am a focused person. Stop saying I'm going to work out today. Start saying I am someone who trains their body. Do you see the difference? One is intention. The other is identity. Your brain doesn't respond to intentions. It responds to identity. When you change who you are, your actions follow automatically. Without effort. Without negotiation. A samurai never said, I'll try to be honorable today. He was honor. It was woven into every fiber of his being, inseparable from his existence. When honor is who you are, you don't decide to act honorably. You simply act, because anything else would be a betrayal of yourself. This is the samurai difference. When discipline becomes identity, There's no internal battle. No morning negotiation with yourself. No willpower required. Just action. So let me ask you this. Who are you becoming? Not who do you want to be. Not who you wish you were. Who are you becoming right now, through the choices you make every single day? Answer that question honestly, and everything changes. The 3 pillars. How samurai built unbreakable discipline. Now let's get practical. The samurai didn't build discipline through abstract philosophy alone. They followed 3 specific pillars. 3 practices that turned ordinary men into legends. You can use these same pillars starting today. Pillar 1. Ritual over motivation. The morning blade. Every samurai started his day the same way. Before dawn, before the world awakened, he performed his morning ritual. Meditation in silence. Maintenance of his blade. Often a tea ceremony performed with complete presence. Not when he felt like it. Not when he was motivated. Every single day. Same time. Same place. Same sequence. Why did this work? Because rituals remove decision fatigue. There's no thinking. No debating. No negotiating with yourself about whether you feel like it. You simply do it. Because it's what you do. Your first hour shapes your entire day. The samurai knew this. If you begin with discipline, discipline carries through. If you begin with chaos, chaos follows. Here's your modern application. Design a non-negotiable morning ritual. Start simple. 5 minutes of silence. 10 minutes of movement. 15 minutes of focused work on what matters most. Do it every day for 30 days. Same time. Same sequence. No exceptions. And watch what happens. After 30 days, it's not discipline anymore. It's not effort. It's just who you are. Pillar 2. Kaizen. The way of continuous small improvements. The samurai didn't try to master the sword in a single day. They didn't expect perfection in a week. They improved by tiny fractions. Daily. Relentlessly. Patiently. 1% better today than yesterday. That's all. Just 1%. This is why intensity fails and consistency wins. You can't sustain intense effort. Your body rebels. Your mind burns out. But you can sustain small, daily action. Forever. The modern application. Don't try to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. Don't commit to working out 2 hours a day when you haven't moved in months. Don't promise yourself you'll wake up at 5 a.m. when you currently wake at 9. Change one thing. Master it. Build it into your identity. Then add the next. This is the anti-burnout approach. Progress without pressure. Growth without grinding. And it works because it's sustainable. Because you can maintain it not just for weeks, but for years. For a lifetime. Pillar 3. Accountability through honor. The code of Bushido. The samurai lived by a code they could not break without dishonoring themselves. This wasn't external accountability. Not someone watching over their shoulder. It was internal integrity. A standard they held themselves to regardless of who was watching. The modern version of this is simple but profound. Make promises to yourself that you keep. Start small. Build trust with yourself. This is the lost art. Your word to yourself must be sacred. If you say you'll do something, you do it. Not because someone's checking. Not because there's a reward. But because you said you would. And your word means something. Most people break promises to themselves constantly. They say they'll start tomorrow and don't. They commit to a goal and abandon it. They erode their own self-trust until they no longer believe anything they tell themselves. The warrior does the opposite. He makes fewer promises. But the ones he makes, he keeps. Without exception. Pause right here. What's one small promise you can make to yourself today? Not a massive commitment. Something small. Something you know you can keep. Write it in the comments below. Make it real. Make it public. Hold yourself to it. If you found value in this video so far, take a moment to subscribe to Still Blade. This channel is dedicated to transforming ancient warrior wisdom into modern mental strength. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next lesson. The dojo of daily life, turning everything into training. The samurai had a powerful concept. Life is the dojo. Every moment is training. They didn't practice discipline only during sword training. They practiced it in everything. In how they ate, how they walked, how they spoke, how they breathed, how they sat in silence. The mundane became mastery. Washing dishes became meditation. Walking became contemplation. Every ordinary act was performed with complete presence and precision. You need to adopt this same mindset. Stop separating discipline time from regular life. Stop thinking you're disciplined at the gym but undisciplined everywhere else. Stop compartmentalizing. Every choice you make is either building discipline or eroding it. Every single one. The alarm goes off. Do you rise immediately? Or do you negotiate? Do you hit snooze and tell yourself 5 more minutes won't matter? That moment is training. You finish a meal. Do you immediately clean your space? Or do you leave it for later? That choice is training. Someone disrespects you. Do you react with emotion? Or do you respond with calm control? That response is training. You have a task you're avoiding. Do you face it now? Or do you scroll, distract, procrastinate? That decision is training. Each micro-decision either strengthens your discipline or weakens it. There is no neutral ground. This is how the samurai lived. Every action intentional. Every moment conscious. Nothing wasted. Nothing careless. And the compound effect of this approach? After a year of disciplined moments, your life becomes unrecognizable. Not because of one massive change, but because of 10,000 tiny ones. The samurai knew this truth. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you're careless in small things, you'll be careless in large ones. If you're disciplined in small things, discipline becomes your nature. The storm tests discipline under pressure. But here's where most people break. When the storm arrives, anyone can be disciplined when conditions are perfect. When you're rested, when you're motivated, when everything's going your way. The samurai were tested differently. In storms, in exhaustion, in fear, in pain, in chaos. And their discipline didn't break. Because it wasn't conditional. It wasn't dependent on how they felt or what was happening around them. This is the ultimate measure. Can your discipline survive pressure? Because life will test you. Stress will come. Temptation will arrive. Setbacks will happen. Chaos will erupt. Undisciplined people crumble when this happens. They revert to old patterns. They abandon their commitments. They make excuses. Warriors adapt and continue. Imagine a samurai in battle. Exhausted, wounded, outnumbered. Does he stop fighting because he's tired? Does he quit because conditions aren't ideal? No, he fights until the battle ends. Or until he can no longer stand. Your discipline must be the same. Not dependent on how you feel. Not negotiable based on circumstances. Present regardless of external conditions. Here's how you build this. Start small. Keep your commitments on hard days. That's where real discipline is forged. The day you don't feel like training? Train anyway. The morning you want to sleep in? Rise anyway. The moment you want to quit? Continue anyway. Each time you maintain discipline when it's difficult, you prove something to yourself. You build evidence that you can be trusted, that you can rely on yourself, that your word means something. And once you prove to yourself that you can maintain discipline in chaos, nothing can break you. Nothing. The storm can rage. But like the samurai standing in the rain, you remain still, calm, unmoved. You already have everything you need. Let's bring this all together. You don't lack discipline. You never did. What you lack is clarity about who you are. Listen carefully. Discipline isn't something you acquire. It's something you become. The samurai difference isn't secret techniques. It isn't ancient magic locked away in temples. It isn't something reserved for a chosen few. It's this. They decided who they were. And they lived accordingly. Without excuse. Without exception. Without negotiation. Every single day, they woke up and chose to be that person. Not because it was easy. Not because they always felt like it. But because it was who they were. You have that same choice. Right now. Not tomorrow when you feel ready. Not next week when conditions improve. Not next month when life calms down. Right now. You can decide who you are, and you can start being that person. Today, this moment, the samurai stood in the rain perfectly still, because chaos outside didn't create chaos inside. His discipline wasn't dependent on the weather, on his feelings, on his circumstances. It was who he was. You can be that person. You already are. You just need to stop betraying yourself with excuses. Stop negotiating. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start now. Start small. But start as the person you're becoming, not the person you were. If this video has changed something in you, if something has shifted, write it in the comments. Say these words: I am becoming disciplined. Not I want to be. Not I'm trying to be. I am becoming. Say it. Mean it. Let it be true. And if you want to continue this journey with a community of modern warriors committed to mastery, subscribe to Still Blade right now. This is where ancient wisdom meets modern life. This is where you transform. Don't just watch. Join us. The path begins now. The samurai stands in the rain. The storm begins to fade. Dawn light breaks through the clouds. He opens his eyes, and he walks forward, with purpose, with clarity, with unshakable discipline. 10 minutes ago, you were curious. Now you know the difference. The choice is yours. You can close this video and return to the same patterns, the same excuses, the same cycle of starting and stopping. Or you can walk a different path. The warrior's path is not easy, but it's simple. Decide who you are, then be that person. Every day, in every moment, without fail. Build your morning ritual. Improve by 1% daily. Keep your word to yourself. Turn every moment into training. Stand firm when the storm arrives. Do this, and in 30 days you'll be different. In 90 days you'll be transformed. In a year you'll be unrecognizable. The samurai's way isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up. It's about becoming. Remember this. Discipline is not a burden to carry. It is a blade to sharpen. And the sharpest blade cuts through every obstacle. Your training begins now. Before you go, do this. Take out your phone right now. Open your notes. Write down one thing. One ritual you'll start tomorrow morning. Just one. Something small enough that you know you can keep it. 5 minutes of silence. 10 push-ups. Reading 1 page. Writing 3 sentences. Whatever calls to you, write it down. Commit to 30 days. No exceptions. And then do it. Not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. This is how warriors are made. One promise kept. One day at a time. Now subscribe to Still Blade if you haven't already. More ancient wisdom is coming. More transformation awaits. Join us on this path. Your future self will thank you.